Hello, dear friends. What they called a conspiracy is in fact a genuine reform that dismantles centuries-old intrigues. A new chapter is beginning, in which justice and abundance will be the norm. Opinion piece. Who they are? Coalition of Worlds. Fall of the Old God. Accelerated Awakening. The path to world peace. A higher energy is coming. We are at the end of the season. Time speeds up when you are in a hurry. Let's start. The Galactic Federation of Worlds is a very powerful organization composed of more than 500,000 interstellar cultures, dedicated to protecting peace and balance throughout the galaxy, according to Elena Danan. It was created by the Pleiadians after the Orion Wars some 300,000 years ago in order to build a galactic force capable of protecting and defending freedom, justice, the wake, and prioritizing peace and diplomacy over conflict. Since then, it has become a very powerful organization that combats the forces of chaos with diplomacy, wisdom, cutting-edge technology, spiritual guidance, and ethics. Humanity would now be enslaved without the Federation's intervention. Earth would be under the dominion of the draconian serpent allies, humans replaced by grey hybrids, and the hope for a better future would have vanished. This star system would be under tyrannical rule and the entire galaxy enslaved by these two empires and their organizations. Thanks to the Federation, Earth is now a free civilization soaring toward the stars. Accelerated Awakening. Powerful waves of energy are moving across the world, accelerating humanity's awakening, according to Keshraj. Thanks to increased solar activity, more intense cosmic cycles, and the assistance of the angelic realms and the Federation of Light, many people feel that something profound is happening. The increase in earthquakes, extreme weather events, and global instability, it's not simply random chaos. It's part of a profound transformation. The old is crumbling to make way for the new. Long ago, the ancient masters spoke of these times, of earthquakes, of signs in the heavens, and of the growing turmoil that precedes the dawn of the new era. Many now accept the idea that humanity will witness immense changes, not decades or years from now, but in the coming weeks and months. As these changes continue, you may feel tired, sensitive, anxious, or experience vivid dreams and heightened sensitivity. All fears are resurfacing to be released. Don't fear transformation. Remain calm. Choose love over fear. Trust the process. Things are about to change in ways humanity has never experienced before. Higher energy. We are being bathed in powerful higher energy during these days. The universe acts as an accurate mirror, reflecting our inner state without distortion. This powerful portal transmutes light and shadow, releasing them into the physical world. It signals the end of outdated traditions, the dawn of new cycles, and the dissolution of all that no longer serves us. We are under the influence of an unprecedented metamorphic energy that manifests as collective physical transformation. Earthquakes have been just one example. We are immersed in the energy of the end of the season, the collapse of empires, a changing of the guard, and a transfer of power. Another major change is taking place at the CERN, CERN. The Large Hadron Collider will be shut down at the end of this week and will not be restarted until 2030, or so they say. In 2008, they restarted it. Within days, the financial system collapsed. In 2013, CERN suffered its major shutdown. In less than 24 hours, a 10,000-ton meteor exploded over Russia, one of the most powerful impacts in modern history. And again, between 2018 and 22, with the health crisis, lockdown worldwide, economic crisis, political instability, and a world that never returned to normal. Now, that shutdown will continue to wreak havoc on the old system of the Matrix. It's the apocalypse of the old guard. Remember the underground floods in Switzerland a few years ago, or the collapse of the Swiss banking system. The White Hat's operations were extensive in Switzerland, and we are witnessing the consequences of those operations. They try to manipulate reality. The CERN operations have been nothing more than a physical cover for the operation taking place underground. It has been the dark side's attempt to control timelines. They have used the collider to open portals and communicate with negative entities from other dimensions, with whom they have made deals to maintain their power. They relied on Looking Glass project to gain control, but after 2012, it predicted they would lose everything. As higher energy flows and light expands in the ether, the power of their deities has diminished, just as viruses cannot survive in an oxygenated and alkaline body. The environment is no longer suitable. The physical and energetic environment is no longer conducive to the negative alien agenda. Nothing can stop what is coming. Reflections. When you are in a hurry, time seems scarce. When you relax and let yourself be carried away by the present, time begins to unfold like a flower. Many of you feel tired because you try to adapt your spirit to mechanical rhythms. The spirit blossoms through expansion, inspiration, and presence, according to the Bluebirds via Octavia Basile. Many feel sadness and discouragement as the world they knew fades into oblivion, according to Brenda Hoffman. Joy seems contradictory, considering the constant media bombardment of one terrible event after another. Much of your anxiety stems from the three-dimensional pyramid of external power, which is no longer your usual power base. Someone tells you that you should be angry, scared, or worried. Wave of energy. God is not a conspiracy theory, according to Steve Biko. Those who don't believe in anything will be forced to reconsider in light of the events to come. Soon, the original source of universal creation will manifest its power, sweeping all those who worship evil from the earth with a wave of revitalizing solar energy. For every trace of darkness must disappear, but most people are unaware of this, except for the anonymous, the conspiracy theorists, the deniers, the advocates of love, and the missionaries of light. From a moral standpoint, Ascension is inclusive because everyone is welcome. Our ticket is the absorption of light, which comes automatically when we treat others as we would like to be treated, giving and receiving in equal measure, loving our neighbor as ourselves, and so on. In other words, living from the divine qualities of peace, love, truth, and so forth. The WingMakers are a message focused on inner transformation and a higher consciousness, originating from time capsules or artifacts found in a New Mexico cave containing mysterious paintings, texts, and music. It presents an advanced civilization or intelligence linked to spiritual messages, art, music, and teachings about human consciousness. The WingMaker material seeks to awaken memories of humanity's spiritual origins, enhance intuition, and promote a vision of connection between mind, heart, and collective consciousness. It is also described as a collection of stories, poetry, paintings, and music with symbolic or coded meaning. Middle East. Millions of barrels of Iraqi crude oil leave the Persian Gulf after months of being blocked. Iran and Oman begin evacuating stranded vessels through the Strait of Hormuz. Israel is developing lasers for space attacks. Economy. The price of oil approaches $70 per barrel. Bitcoin falls to $58,000 due to a massive sell-off. The Japanese yen reaches its lowest level against the dollar in 4 decades. Europe. More than 1 million immigrants have applied for regularization in Spain. The Supreme Court proposes taking the regularization of immigrants to the European Court of Justice due to a possible conflict with European regulations. Lost sermons of Saint Augustine about the Witch of Endor discovered in Poland. Americas. A magnitude 4.6 earthquake shakes Caracas and La Guaira again. The Venezuelan government militarizes the state of La Guaira. Milei changes his chief of staff after corruption allegations. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.